Every wall is built to do one thing: keep the world out. So why do we cut a hole in it? A hole that lets in the cold, the noise, the eyes of strangers. We have been making this mistake on purpose for thousands of years, and we gave it a quiet, innocent name. The Norse called it the wind eye, vindauga, the eye of the building. It looks calm, useful, loyal to the house. It is none of those things, because the window is a double agent. It belongs to the wall, but it works for the outside. Its whole life, it asks the same four questions: what gets in? What stays out? Who sees? And who is seen? It did not even begin as an eye. It began as a hole in a roof, to let the smoke out. An exit, before it was ever a way in, and for a long time after that, it was almost blind. Paper, cloth, horn. It could let a little light in, but it could not really see. This is the story of how that blind little hole grew up, how it learned to see, how it tried to conquer the wall, and what it finally had to learn. Then came glass. Thick, green, imperfect glass. You still could not see clearly through it. But it did something new. It let light in without leaving the room open to the weather. The window could now attempt a strange promise: connection without surrender. For the first time, the eye had power, and whoever controlled the light controlled the room. In the cathedral, the window became the voice of God. Walls of colored glass turning daylight into something sacred. Elsewhere, people lived in the dark. Light was a luxury, a way to show the world how much you had. So the richer you were, the more eyes you put in your walls. But this was never only one culture's story. Everywhere humans built, they cut an eye, then dressed it for climate, privacy, status, belief, and beauty. Sometimes the eye was paper, sometimes stone, sometimes glass, sometimes colored like a myth. The window was becoming more than an opening. It was becoming a character. And the better it got, the more we wanted it. We made it bigger, clearer. We learned to aim it, to frame a view like a picture, to turn a plain room into something people would pay for, because a window is never only about glass. It is about the body. Set at the right height, it is a companion. Too high, it gives light, but denies the street. Too low, it exposes the body. It gives the wall a human eye. It gave and gave and gave. It never mentioned the price. Because every gift the window gives is also a hole. And a hole works both ways. The light it let in could blind you. The view that let you see out let the world see in. The glass that protected you leaked warmth back into the night. The openness that made the room breathe could also make it shiver. Everything the window gave, it could take away. And we began to feel watched by the very thing we installed to look out of. To open the eye was to be seen through it, so we invented something to blind it on command. The curtain, the shutter, the blind, the window's own eyelid, a quiet piece of fabric that whispers, "This openness is too much." Then it got worse. A government counted the eyes in the walls and taxed them. The more windows you had, the more you paid. So people did the unthinkable. They bricked up their own eyes. They walled themselves back into darkness to survive the cost. You can still find those blinded windows today, sealed shut in old walls. A whole era when the gift was refused. Then the window was set free again. We learned to make glass larger, clearer, repeatable. What had once been rare became common. The eye could finally see wide and sharp. Nothing seemed to hold it back. Nothing, except the wall. For most of its life, one thing kept the window small. The wall had to hold the building up. Then the building gained a skeleton of steel. Suddenly, the wall carried nothing, and the window could take as much of it as it wanted. The wall's old authority was broken, and the window, the wall's own rebellious child, finally turned on its parent. So the window took more. The stone fell away. The frame dissolved, until the building was no longer a wall with an eye in it. It was all eye. And there it was, everything it ever wanted, the whole world, handed to the room at once. Total light, total view. Nothing left between us and the sky. The window had won. And in winning, it destroyed the one thing that made it a window. Without a wall, there is no inside left to protect. No shadow to hide in. No choosing what to let in. Because now, everything gets in. The light bakes the room. The warmth pours out. Every eye in the city stares into every other, and after centuries of trying to open wider, the perfect window needs to be covered. The window became everything, and lost its balance. Then night fell, and the strangest thing happened. The window that spent its whole life showing us the world went dark, and showed us something else, itself, us. After dark, the glass stops being a window and becomes a mirror. The room that wanted the whole world is left staring at a reflection of itself. This is where the story turns. The wall was not the window's enemy. The wall was what gave the window meaning. Without wall, no frame. Without frame, no chosen view. Without shadow, no depth. Without boundary, no comfort. The answer was never to close the eye completely, and it was never to open it without limit. The answer was balance. Enough light to wake the room, not blind it. Enough view to connect, not expose. Enough air to breathe, not lose control. Enough outside to make the inside alive. So tonight, when it is dark outside and bright in here, look at your window. Really look. It is not just a hole in the wall. It is the place where your home tries to make a deal with the world. Too closed, and the room goes blind. Too open, and the room disappears. A good window is not more glass. It is not less glass. It is the careful balance between seeing and shelter. The wind eye,